All right, everyone, get ready. Because today we're diving into a historical fiction series that blends real events with a touch of magic. We're talking about the Windrush Chronicles.
Yeah, and this series is super interesting because it takes place on a real ship. The Empire Windrush.
The Empire Windrush, okay.
Yeah, this ship brought one of the first big groups of Caribbean migrants to Britain after World War II.
Right. I mean, this is a pivotal moment in history, right? 1948, Britain's rebuilding, and you have all these Jamaicans looking for a fresh start.
Yeah, and they became known as the Windrush generation. They really had a huge impact on British society and culture.
Absolutely. But here's where it gets even more interesting for me. The book doesn't just stick to the history. It throws in, quote, the greatest powers ever known, end quote. Powers? What do we talk, like superpowers?
Well, it's not exactly Superman, but the series taps into Jamaican folklore, the myths, legends, the kind of stories passed down for generations.
Okay, that's cool. So we're talking about ancient beliefs mixed with this huge historical event. What kind of powers are we talking about? Give me some examples.
Well, it could be anything, really, right? We know about the Anansi tales, the trickster, the spider.
Right.
And then there's Mami Wada, the sea goddess. So it's really interesting to think about how those beliefs, those stories might played into the journey itself.
Totally. And speaking of the journey, this story focuses on the people leaving Jamaica, right? Not just arriving in Britain. I feel like we rarely hear that side of the story.
Yeah, we do focus a lot on the arrival, right? The whole adapting to a new place, a new life. But this series, it goes back to the departure. It tells the story of Yara and Ivan.
Okay, so tell me about them. Who are they?
So Yara and Ivan, they are the main characters in book one. And they each have their own reasons, their own hopes, and their own baggage that they're carrying with them on this journey.
It makes you wonder, right? What did they leave behind? I mean, packing up your whole life, saying goodbye, maybe forever, that's got to be rough. It's more than just buying a plane ticket.
Yeah, it really makes you think about that universal experience, right? Leaving everything you know to chase something more, something new. And weaving those magical elements into it, that's what makes this series really stand out. It makes it more than just a history lesson.
I'm with you. It's like the book says the Windrush becomes this, quote, confluence of magic and history, end quote. I love that. You can almost picture it. The ship, the waves, and all these stories, these dreams, maybe even ancient powers sailing across the ocean.
It really captures your imagination. And it makes you think, right, if you were stepping on that ship, the Windrush, what would your story be?
What would I bring with me? What hopes and fears would be in my suitcase? That's a powerful thought.